What's going on, y'all? It's your boy BTA Boxing. I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. So Abdullah Mason stops Albert Bell in the 12th round of his title defense in his hometown. In a very exciting fight, very competitive, back and forth fight. Abdullah explained that he didn't want to go up top at first because of the friendship they shared, because they knew each other. They shared the ring with each other before, so at first he didn't want to go up top. He didn't want to hit bro in the face for some reason. He said, I didn't want to go up top because I knew him. You know, I shared the ring with him. We did hundreds of rounds with each other. You know, sometimes it's like that. You just can't punch somebody in the face that you don't really have a problem with. Y'all cool. Even though they're trying to take something away from you that you work hard for, but you still can't find it inside of you to do that. This reminded me of Crawford versus Sean Porter. Y'all remember that fight, Crawford versus Sean Porter fight? And what's crazy is, boxing is so, ironic sometimes when you sit down and think about stuff. Crawford and Sean Porter was commentating the fight. Ain't that crazy, y'all? How the fight reminds me of Crawford and Sean Porter. And Crawford was commentating the fight. I'm not talking about the fight styles. I'm talking about, the storyline. Them knowing each other and stuff like that. I'm not saying Crawford and Sean Porter spar, but I'm just talking about the know each other standpoint, being cool. Stuff like that. People always want to get the connection to be 100%. I'm just speaking solely based on the fact they knew each other, they was cool, their kids know each other, stuff like that. That's all I'm speaking on. And his father know Crawford because he used to be the coach for USA Boxing, Sean Porter's dad. That's what I'm speaking on. Other than that, that's it. But it kind of reminded me of that. And Abdullah, he made that pretty clear. He like, yo, listen, I knew buddy. I never had a problem with him. And Abdullah just didn't want to open up early. He didn't want to open up early on Albert Bell, but Albert Bell was coming on strong. Albert Bell ain't care. He was trying to win. And when Abdullah peeped that, he was losing these rounds because he wasn't, boxing to his full abilities. That's when he was like, yo, I got to turn up. Even though he probably felt like he was winning. Bro, remember what I just said? Kind of similar to Bud and Earl Spence. And Sean Porter. Remember, Crawford felt like he was winning the fight easy. That was a tough fight. I was watching that with my man, with my homie. That was a tough fight. Me and, who was watching that fight? No, I probably was live for that fight. Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday. I was live for that fight. But, yeah. So, almost similar to Sean Porter Crawford. Where Crawford was like, I felt like I was winning that fight real easy. And then his coaches was like, yo, you down, man. You down. They got you down. Same situation with Abdullah. They tell him, bro, yo, you down. You gotta turn up. And Abdullah had to turn up. And he went out there and he did what he had to do and closed the show in the 12th round. He showed that next level, that extra gear, similar to what Bud did. Which is why you should be more impressed with Abdullah beating Albert Bell than Jaron Ennis beating Xander Zayas. Then a lot of casuals are going to say, well, Xander Zayas was a unified champion. Who did he beat to get those belts? Absolutely nobody. Albert Bell's in a division where there's pound for pound level talent. Javante Davis, Keyshawn Davis was just there. Like there's like he has to go through killers at the killers. What killers at the killers Xander had to go through? Nobody. When the guy who was real competitive had the belt, Xander wasn't fighting him. When Jermell Charlo had all the belt, where was Xander at? He didn't fight him for the belt. When Jermell Charlo had all the belt. The point I'm trying to make is Ennis, everybody knew was supposed to win this fight versus Xander Zayas. With Abdullah, we didn't even know. We didn't even know if Abdullah was going to get the knockout. Everybody knew this was going to be a tough fight. Everybody knew this was going to be a tough fight. I mean, we didn't know. It was like 50-50 with this one for Abdullah. But Jaron Ennis, we all knew he was supposed to win. He's prime. Xander Zayas was nowhere near his prime. Nowhere near his prime. Boots Ennis, prime, 29 years old. Xander Zayas, only 23 years old. The opposite for Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason, 22 years old. Right? 22 years old. And he's fighting a 33-year-old guy who had way more fights than him, way more experience than him. In a fight that was very, very competitive. He never got hurt like Boots. He went out there, he bit down, and he did what he had to do, and he closed the show. He was, even though he was a champion, but he was a little inexperienced at that level, even though being a champion. He's the better fighter, but he was inexperienced at that level, even being the champion. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that he was able to do what he did and get the stoppage is very impressive, guys. You cannot deny that. So, in my opinion, I give Abdullah Mason an A+ for the performance. Even though he took his foot off the gas early, but he finished strong like a true champion. I give him an A+. Jaron Ennis, because he was hurt, almost KO'd. He get a C- for me. Even though he got the stoppage, he was supposed to get the stoppage.